like you. Gotta climb that mountain, reach the top. Slay them demons, shut them out. Don't hold back, don't let them steal your dreams. Do not forsake him. Don't hold back. There's a world outside your window. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. What if I be like you? Find my calling, just like you. Roll them dice, gotta bet on you. Pave your own way, push on through. Don't hold back, don't let them steal your dreams. Do not forsake him. Don't hold back. There's a world outside your window. Nothing ventured,
The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 67th edition of the Community Pulse. We have another fantastic show lined up for you tonight. We got a couple amazing Canadian artists. Obviously, many of you know Mike Haggith, and he chose Carson Hiltz as the featured co-host. Another brilliant talent. New to the community, and looking forward to meeting and talking to both of these fine gentlemen. Yes, that was Frank Terzo track from the last album, dedicated to my father. And yeah, I want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I hope you had an amazing day yesterday. Obviously, Father's Day is a day to celebrate the love, the strength, and guidance that fathers provide. Whether you're a dad by birth, adoption, or simply by showing up, as we spoke to Carson earlier, for a special occasion, thank you for all you do. The impact we have on our children and those around us is immeasurable. And I hope you all had an amazing day, relaxed, and yeah, and full of appreciation. So, as we always do, we start off the show with these channels that you saw on the intro, with the Ninth Gate track of Predictable. And with these artists, these channels have done so much for me on my YouTube journey, and I am sure I speak for many of you out there and those that are watching on replay. If you don't know these channels, please go visit them, get your music heard. It costs nothing, and it's great exposure and great company to be around. Jade Starr, their live interviews every Thursday at 6 p.m. And a special announcement that this week Music for Life is going to be, both albums are going to be featured on Jay's channel, and she's going to do the album 1 on Thursday and then album 2 on Friday, and DJ is posting the links. Please be there. It's an amazing cause. Yes, Metalhead Hippie, Random Hangouts. Jeff is used to obviously be on every Friday, but every once in a while you'll see Jeff pop up, so pay attention, and you can go watch him play some video games and play some rock and roll while he's doing so. You got 15th Bend every Thursday at 9 p.m., another fantastic channel. Chad Freeman, Ham Sunday on Sunday, every Sunday at 11 p.m. Chad has a few shows, and this Saturday at 4 o'clock, if you want to go check it out, Chad had a superheroes show, and once again, he featured Ninth Gate, so it was a great show, and so please go check that out and follow Chad's link. Francis and Ian, the replay, I was there last night, every other Sunday at 8 p.m., another fantastic show. With two brilliant artists and amazing personalities in our communities. It's a lot of fun to be in the chat there. It's a great channel. Please go check out Francis and Ian. Thomas Christ, the U Rock Show, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I think I'm going to say that's where I met Mike Haggith. And yeah, please go check out Thomas Christ. If you want your songs heard, all you have to do is follow these next two links. For Pete, and Pete Johns and Thomas Christ. You fill out a form, you hit submit, and your song is guaranteed to be played. So Thomas Christ is at the moment on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And then we have Pete Johns, Your Music Live. That's actually the gateway I came through into the community, and I think I speak for many. Mr. Smith is in the house. Yeah, Pete Johns, same deal, every Sunday at 7 p.m. Your Music Live. Fill out a form, hit submit, and your music will be heard 100%. And then my favorite person, Laurie's Mishmash, who we all call the glue of these communities. Laurie's just an amazing personality, cares so much about everybody else, puts herself aside to do for others. She's just an amazing individual, and I'm so glad to call her friend, cousin, and fellow artist, the pianist of the community. All right. Thank you to all my mods and all my channel's supporters. This show couldn't have been done, wouldn't be here without you. I appreciate you all. Special thanks to DJ Big Red, Laurie's Mishmash, and my partner in crime, Foot Punk. All right. Remember tonight at 11 p.m. you have the Monday Night Live with Axe and Nachos, and Vince Janella is on at 9 p.m., but you all will be dumped over to Vince's channel right over. Please stick around if you could. It's a fantastic show, so the dump is already set. So we're ready to go there. I think we're good for now. So I don't want to waste any time here. I'm going to bring up both artists, and that's Carson Hiltz and Mike Haggoth. I'm going to put you both out here, and I guess I should unmute my guests. That would be the nice thing to do.
It would be appreciated. I don't know sign language, so.
Well, I'm Italian. Apparently I do.
The one, right? Yeah, the classic.
Yeah.
How's it going, Frank? How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great, man. I get to meet you guys. Like I said earlier, I've known Mike for about 4 years now, listening to his music and just following his journey. His life stuff is just, it blows my mind. And yeah, when he had that album premiere, I was on that show, and I purchased, I think it was the first CD from these communities.
I think so.
And it's a beautiful cover with that rose, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I was listening to your music for the last couple days on Spotify until I realized, and I called Mike, I can't find any of his songs to download. And then I realized, oh yeah, he's got a topic channel. So
yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let you guys go from there. I do have one question, and then you guys can take it from there. How did you both meet? And then I'm gonna give a little shout out to your record label in a couple minutes.
Sweet.
You want to take this one, Mike?
Yeah. Well, I could tell at least my side of it. So I've been living down near Toronto now for a couple of years, and before then I lived in Manitoba. Many years ago, I used to live in Sault Ste. Marie, and there is an independent journalist who covers like everything that happens in the Sioux music scene. His name is Rob, and he runs the Sioux metal scene. So I've always kind of just read that and kept up with what's going on. And so for a while I had been hearing about this band Head First, and like I keep seeing all these things all over the Sioux metal scene about it. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to make some time and like check out that band one of these times when I'm up in the Sioux. So then my friend Ellie called, and she was throwing a surprise party for Brandon, who is the drummer in my live band. Ellie is our rhythm guitarist. She was like, it's his 30th birthday. This was last July. She's like, it's his 30th birthday. I found a band. We're all getting together. We're going to surprise the crap out of him. And I was like, I can make it to town. I will be there. So I show up to this party, and I didn't even know what band was playing that night. And then I walk over, and there's a table, and it's like, oh, head first. I was like, oh man, I know this band. And I've been meaning to see them. This is super cool. And it just so happened to be their EP release that they were doing that night, which was super, super awesome. So we kind of just got to rock out and hit it off.
Well, and the thing that was cool for me was when I was in high school, I was hearing about this band, this great band that was going around taking over the town called the Din, a 3-piece. And I had known about Mike for quite a while, but I went through high school. I was a part of this high school rock band program, and then got out and got into the working world. And honestly, I put music to the side for many, many years. And then picked it back up when Rainey Rancourt, my lead guitar player, ended up coming over for a Halloween party. And like just a couple months later, we're looking at festivals in our community, and who's playing on the stage 1 of Rotary Fest other than Mike Haggett.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we ended up connecting more at that EP release, actually, because that was when we put out our first ever project, Head Trauma.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I got this thing I'm doing, and we'll get into that some more, but you can get more professional packaged, like proper CDs. And I'm like, I don't have to fold cardboard anymore. Let's go. This is great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I mentioned it earlier. You're all stuck with 3 Canadians today. So yeah, this is a fun show. So Mike and Carson both being out of Canada. Mike's been an amazing supporter and still continues of all our communities and a lot of indie artists out here. An incredibly talented musician, singer, songwriter, an international pilot, a real pilot, and not JJ's kind, you know. And the founder of Morningstar record label. Mike Haggis has a record label. Just to mention a few, and I just found out there's 13. I've got Odd Man Out, Sanity, Tobias H. Reese, which many of you know, Jacob Quarrel, Midnight Bandit, Jared, Mason Music Lab, Coax Chrome, Head First, and Brian Tremblay, Thomas Kathler,
Kathler, yeah.
And No Arrow,
yeah,
with Wayak. And obviously there's a few more.
Yeah, we've got some more in the wings. So yeah, first off, you're stuck with 3 Canadians today. So on behalf of everybody, let me just say sorry. And
hey, we're all friendly, eh?
Sorry,
Timmy,
eh? Yeah,
Timmy's are in the back.
yeah, just a couple of hosers. Yeah, we've got a cool little collective going. So I haven't put anything on the website yet about No Arrow, which was one of Wayek's old bands. Many of you will know him in the chat. But No Arrow is kind of a cool one because this is a bit of a first for Morningstar Records, where we are basically affiliating a defunct band to release an album that was recorded like 15, 16 years ago that was never actually like really released, you know? So I'm really, really excited about that. But yeah, we've got some really, really awesome people in the community. Everybody, of course, knows Jude from Mason Music Lab, Tobias H. Reese, Midnight Bandit, Coax Chrome, Gordium 85, that phenomenal synthwave record. So it's super cool. And then one of our newest affiliates, Head First, fronted by that dude right over there. They're pretty good.
You gotta point the other way.
Yeah, on my screen, you're pointing away.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, over here, I'm pointing at just my laundry bins and the Terzo logo.
You want to do like the ET thing?
Yeah.
Actually, I have a lamp right there, so it's kind of perfect. They start shining.
Oh, is that what all that smoke is? You're about to burn your house down.
I got an incense thing going here.
Nice.
I was gonna say, when is that smoke gonna burn out on its own?
we were talking about hippie stuff earlier, so I figured I'd break out my little alien.
Nice.
Yeah, we need JJ back here.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, I'm going to do a few shout-outs as we do throughout the show, and then we're going to get right into, Carson, one of your tracks there with Head First. So we got the Community Pulse 67th edition playlist. It's live now, and DJ Big Red or JJ are posting the links for these as I shout them out. Remember, DJ Big Red has his channel there for the community calendar. It's got all the upcoming events. And if you're not on there, you haven't sent it to him. So if you have something coming up, a premiere, he'll be more than happy to post it for you. There's the link there. Mad Dog McEwen had an amazing song called How I Feel Tonight, Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. Edgar Guadarrama, How to Play, Kenny in Jail, Frank Mel, Celtic Dreams, Sylvia Blasser, and Teresa Lefebvre with Zen, Abe the Band, we got Sonic Grace, my friend Mary from Italy, just constantly posting videos and stuff. She's just amazing. TSL, Costa, Paint It Black, a Rolling Stones cover, Synthworks, The Wonders of Da Vinci, a remastered track. Synthwork is just an incredible talent, and thank you for all the support you give this channel, along with so many of you out there. Gail's Southern Living, I wanted to give Gail a shout out this week. Potato Dam in Missouri. Please go check that out. Darbase Bass Covers did a cover of Careless Whisper, Laurie's favorite song, I think. Adam Holtz, God Only Knows, the Beach Boys cover, and we all know we lost a good one out there. Another one ranked up on Legends Row, a little hint for an upcoming album. All right, Paul, It Don't Matter. Mosh Sia, The Wolves, D. Lynn, Campfire Reverie, and Martin Kelly. Martin's in the chat as well. Martin is posting some pretty cool tracks. Has anybody seen my new Locket? And Oof Si Baba. Great to have you in here as well, my brother. An amazing track called Forever Blue Dreams. So I'm going to stop there for now so I don't lose my voice.
Blue Dream is a fantastic strain.
What's that?
Well, that's another thing about Canada. We've got the THC plants. Blue Dream's one of my favorites. So when you said that, I was like, oh, no. Now you got my attention.
Oopsie Baba, did you catch that, brother?
There you go. You got Carson just greening out over there, just thinking about it.
Since works, thanks, man. Appreciate
That's
you,
awesome.
brother. Yeah, Carson, you're going to enjoy this community. I'm telling you, there's a lot of great talent. And remember, can you guys post the channel link for Head First? And I'm gonna do. Let's play that first track that we got. We've got, as you all know, the co-host gets to have a track on the show, and I went out and picked this one. I almost got the wrong name. It's from the album Road Trippin', a brand new album. I checked out the whole album listening to it on Spotify, so please follow the Spotify link and the YouTube link as well. And this song, where did I write the name of the song? Could you announce it for me? Because
This is-
I had the wrong name.
The first track is Tour Bus Fantasy.
Tour Bus Fantasy. All right, let's give this a spin. Head first.
Oh, yeah. You wanna drink? Come climb on the bus. Give us just a little trust. You want more? Pour it deep and sure. You can catch another round at the liquor store. Drunken fantasies are in your mind. Drinks are boring and the heat will rise. Tour bus fantasies of rock and roll. Load up the bus now, let's go. We stopped in for a bottle of gin. Lord, it's only a tiny sin. For the rest, I gotta get it off my chest. You know, copper bowl will be the test. Another round, another hour, another chance to seize that power. Keep on rolling for as long as you can. Don't you stop for no man. Drunken fantasies are in your mind. Drinks are pouring and the heat will rise. Tour bus fantasies of rock and roll. Load up the bus now, let's go. Drunken fantasies are in your mind. Drinks are pouring and the heat will rise. Tour bus fantasies of rock and roll. Load up the bus now, let's go. On the road, keeping spirits high. We just wanna feel alive. Tour bus fantasies will take your soul. Get on the bus now, let's go. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Wasn't that just amazing?
Oh yeah.
Did I mute or?
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
That's just killer. And Gordium just entered the house.
Nice.
Great to see you,
Gordium.
Gord.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, that's just freaking killer. I said early 80s, and Synthworks, another great Canadian, said it's got that nice 70s classic rock feel. and I admire any artist that keeps that classic rock feel alive. I
Well, then
always
you-
said that
you-
thing's coming back.
You're gonna love this then. I even got the wingtip collars. I go to the old vintage stores and pick up the real deal.
Yeah, Lori wasted no time by pointing that out. Yeah, she called you a cheetah. As they say in Boston, a cheetah. Yeah, no, that's amazing.
I'm
Yeah.
really happy you dig it. I think Rainy Rancourt actually came up with it in the first place. A lot of the time, what ends up happening is we'll come up with most of a song, or we'll come up with an arrangement, and then we'll bring it to the table. And
Yep.
sometimes we got all the parts figured out for the most part, but most of the time it's like I got a guitar and I got half a vocal, and and then we all just mess around with it. But that was one that we were really, really happy to put on the record, because I think it might be the only song on the record that feels like, you know, the first song of an album. We're trying to invite you on board the tour bus. Come on the show with us. Like, come see what we're doing. Come see how it goes. You know?
Yeah. We went for a drink and a hangout there when you guys were like just getting the demos back, like early on in the mixing process, and you had like the 9 tracks just all kind of scattered on your phone. You just kind of played them all, and I remember this one. I said it, and then Glue showed up later. He said it, and then we both said it again. And we're like the second it started going, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is track 1." And you were like, "Well, we haven't decided on the but this is track 1." Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No,
Well, we
Mike
got to
saw
put
it
it to
right
a man
away.
vote. Yeah, but this is track 1.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes, right, when you're in that creative process, it's you're fogged, right? You want to keep all your options open till the very last minute, but holy crap,
Yeah.
did we cut it close to the last minute?
Yeah, you guys gave me a heart condition. Holy crap! So their album release was May 3rd, and we were hanging out on like April 4th or something. And I was like, "All right, guys, like I got to get your CD order in," and they were like just in early mixing, and I was like, "Okay, how long are we gonna need here?" And Carson, the BS artist he is, he goes,
I'll be
goes,
done there too.
like a week, man, like really like 4 days. That's all we need. April 26th, I get the whole album, and I'm like, dude, I gotta like put this in today, or you might not get it. You still might not get it on time. And then it ended up working out, but we had to pay some express shipping, and Kanaki came through for us. But
Yeah,
dude.
shout out Kunaki.
Yeah, for real though.
But now
Good
they don't ship
prices,
to
awesome
Canada.
turnaround. Yeah, yeah, it is too bad, right? That presented a huge logistical issue for Morningstar actually, and we kind of had to undergo a huge change in the way our web store works because of that. But we could chat about that later on. But they're shipping within the U.S. They turned around 100 discs and got them shipped in 4 days.
Yeah,
Like
they're
arrived
just
in Sioux,
amazing.
Michigan in 4 days. So like,
Wow.
dude,
Yeah, hats off to them. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know if we were gonna make it. I went out and I bought
Me
a bunch
neither.
of those slim cases from Staples, and a bunch of CD. I got 2 CD burners, and I was prepared just in case. I'm like, well, at least I could pump out, 15, and hopefully a couple people buy a few. May enjoy it. But so far, it's been great. I mean, reception's been awesome. We've been really shifting towards more content heavy stuff. Now that we've got some tracks, we're still working on more songs, but out of the studio and into the new world of YouTube, TikTok, Reels, all of that, and navigating that has been it's like starting with a raft. You know what I mean? I don't have a speedboat yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're starting with a raft and the airplane crashed, and this is the only thing you have, and you're in the middle of the South Pacific. That's kind of what it's like.
The nice thing is, though, I know a pilot. And
Yeah.
I was just gonna say who was
Yeah.
flying that plane. No, that's amazing. That's amazing. And once again, everybody, this is obviously many of you know Mike Haggith, and he's brought on as a co-host Carson Hiltz. And yeah, so great to meet you. So please keep posting that link, gentlemen, for Carson. I should have actually created a little montage. Carson, if you can send me 10, all those tracks individually, if it's not too much work, I'll create a montage and give it a little promo, as we like to do here on the Community Pulse. It'll be out within the next couple days, and yeah, we'll draw some people over to you. I'm going to continue with some shoutouts, and then we're going to get right on to our featured artist. JDL, John David Lees, an amazing supporter in these communities as well. The Multinationals is the name of the new band they have, Born to Raise Hell, a Motorhead cover. Let me bring this closer. Tony McGreal, Andy Dawson, Moses J. Hawkins. There's just amazing talents in our communities, all of which have a release this week. Please follow these links when you can. Dynamite Throw with Hadley's Head. Scary Garcia with Klepto. Kid Kane had a premiere with Vampires. And S.E. Wolverines, I continue to shout him out as he inspired us with Ninth Gate to write the latest track that's going to be officially released on Thursday or Friday. Cubic Lover 1972, Mephisto number 39, Crow Des Alexander, Feels Like Debate, Emery Island with Whisper Without a Name. Rich New Design was out doing a live bass practice, a pretty cool show. Love Rich and Ali. What they do for in these communities is just amazing. Stephen Ewart, Tracy Mel, The Nut House with a new song. Music Connects People, another good friend from Italy. Electronic Hard Techno. Michael, a.k.a. Z-Land, The Clock is Ticking. Michael Schaefer, The Picking Pilot, A Man on the Corner, and that's another actual pilot. Scarlet Star, Breaking Me. Greg Pincus, a.k.a. Mass of Roots with Search of Grace. Detective Agent Darknut with ZX Agent 128. My buddy Sam, Vintage Tone, The Crow Theme. Mark Wade and the Amateurs, back in the good times. A fantastic track, Mark, if you're still out there. And Folk Punk with Indigo, a live version of Indigo. When he wrote it back in 1997, he found some old VHS tapes and converted them into a video. It's just amazing stuff. Yeah, he actually had hair thicker. Yeah, I'm going to stop there for now and continue on with our featured artist. Mike, you got a lot of things going on. I would like to, let's get right on it and play this first track. I kept them in the order that you sent me.
Sweet.
So this one is Brand New Day. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, brand new day, a brand new track probably to a lot of you, unless you're in my frequent flyer program. My frequent flyer program, it's an email series that you can opt into totally free. Shameless plug. If you go to mikehaggett.com.
No, this is what it's all about. Can we get
there
that
you go.
link? I want to follow it. I didn't understand what you were saying. All I was thinking frequent, okay, something to do with flying, like, you know, like a whole different, I'm thinking I don't have that card.
Yeah, for sure. No, the frequent flyer program, it's an email campaign that goes, you opt in and then you get like an email a day, and then it drops to every like 2 days, then every 3, and then it settles into a rhythm eventually of just like one a week. And basically as you go along, I share stories, give you insights like behind the scenes for like songs that I've done. like albums, the themes that inspired them, but then even other stuff too, like a lot of like aviation related stuff and like how it relates back to music, or like stuff about the live band. Basically, I just tell you my life story 1 week at a time. Um, and then the longer you're in the program, you move up the tiers. So you start in like the bronze tier, and you get like a code that's good for like a small discount on music and merch. And then you move up to silver and gold, and the tiers get better. And when you move into silver, you start unlocking an album called Frequent Flyer. You just unlock it bit by bit. Every week you get another letter, and then every few weeks the letters make a word, and then you're given a like a link where you can go and get the song. You can build the album one song at a time and unlock it. So my day one frequent flyers, who have been with me from the very beginning of the launch, just got, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they got the final letter for the final song. So they now have the album in full. So then I was thinking to myself, well, this album, like I want to like kind of keep it special for everybody who like came along on this journey, like this whole frequent flyer journey, because you could opt in today and you could start the whole thing. And you'll take it all right from the beginning, and you'll unlock everything in time, and you'll get all the cool stories and all that. But for the day ones, I was like, well, cool, you've got the digital version, but now I want to give you like a CD or a vinyl that you can get of the album as well. So in doing that, I had to list them publicly on the Morningstar Records website. So at that point, I said, well, I might as well release it on BANDCAMP as well. But you only get to listen to like 2 or 3 of the songs like as previews on BANDCAMP, unless you buy the album, then you get it. But if you want it for free, you can unlock it one track at a time through the frequent flyer program. So yes, it's a little bit of music, it's a little bit of flying, it's a little bit of life story, probably a little bit of me bloviating about crap that's not important to anybody but me. But I think it's super cool, and I would love if anybody who's in the chat who isn't a part of that, go check it out, because honestly, I put a lot of work into it, so you might as well.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, so Brand New Day is the first of 3 tracks from that album, Frequent Flyer, that I'm making public across all platforms. So YouTube and Bandcamp for now, eventually Spotify and all that stuff as well. But just
Well,
those
that's
3.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And we've got the link to purchase the album. Do I? If you can email it to me, obviously I'm going to, I can go right to your channel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can if you hang tight 1 sec, I'll email that off to you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sweet. I'll definitely purchase.
Awesome.
Not that I don't want to read your emails, but
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
everybody that knows me out there, it takes me like forever to reply to an email. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
have to do with the show coming Monday.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody else gets pushed aside, then I got to catch up. So
Yeah, totally.
yeah. So while you're doing that, how did that
Yeah.
Brand New Day come along? What have we got to say about that track? It's a beautiful track.
Yeah, that track was fun, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I write usually kind of depressing stuff.
That's where we're similar.
Yeah. Yeah, so like kind of the Frequent Flyer album, like one of the cool things about it is it kind of got to become a home for a lot of stuff that I've written over the last year or two, that didn't really have a home on any other album, because like I write a lot of concept records, and Brand New Day is like a very kind of optimistic, uplifting, motivating song. I wanted to really kind of go out of my way and write something motivating for a change. And I think it came out really well. You guys get to be the judge of that. Judge me harshly or not, whatever. But it was just super cool to be like, oh, like usually I just have a bunch of albums that like deal with like really heavy personal stuff, but then I just have this cool little fun bouncy song, and now that gets to go somewhere. So yeah, this is just kind of a tune about just trying to make the best of every day that you get.
And it just premiered the other day.
Yeah, we just
And-
premiered it on Friday.
Yeah, I can share a little story with that.
Yeah.
I was like, I set my alarm. I get off work at 5:00, and the premiere was set for 5:00. I think was it Friday?
Yeah, Friday at
Friday
5. Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the car, and I didn't want to start driving until the song just before it started, so I can I text a few people just to share it out and stuff. And just before the song starts, I start the car and start driving. I look down. I don't hear anything. I look down, and it says 3 minutes. I thought, oh, something must have happened, and he reset the premiere. And a few minutes later, I get a phone call, and then I realized when I looked at the clock that it's like 10 after 5. Then I realized my internet wasn't set up in the car, so I missed the whole premiere while I was just sitting there. But yeah, that's my story. But that's me. All right, let's have a listen to this fantastic track called "Brand New Day" by Mike Hagath.
Your adventure awaits. Just gotta step inside. I know you've waited a long, long time to find a path to the brighter side. Gotta look to yourself to build a life that you love. Let go of your inhibitions, child, and put your passion above. It's alright now. Yeah, that's okay. It's alright now. Don't you know it's a brand new day? Now you ain't gotta be lonely. No, you ain't gotta be sad. You ain't gotta be so disappointed about the things that you wish you had. 'Cause every moment's a chance to make your dreams come true. You've gotta make your advance. This whole damn world is waiting on you. It's alright now. Yeah, that's okay. It's alright now. Don't you know it's a brand new day? And when those clouds roll in and spirits fall, you gotta get back up again. Your will can conquer all. It's alright now. Yeah, that's okay. It's alright now. Don't you know it's a brand new day? It's alright now. Yeah, that's okay. It's alright now. Don't you know it's a brand new day?
Killer track. And there's a question for you from JJ.
I love that track, man.
It's fun one, isn't it? Eh? It's
no,
different.
and it's fun, and it's got again that classic rock feel.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I said it before, man. And everybody knows me that you bring that classic rock feel, man.
I
And I'm
appreciate
listening.
that, man.
Yeah.
It's going
Yeah.
in my summer playlist. I'm blasting that at the beach, out the old boombox, out the new Bluetooth speaker, out the truck.
Hell
It
yeah.
don't matter. That's awesome.
There you
Yeah.
go, man. Yeah, I'll be getting that one to Spotify soon, so I'll kind of have a little bit of a ramp up to that. Yeah, Frank, I did email you the link because
Wonderful.
like just like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I shot that over to you. Because now think about this. It's a good little kind of old school tune, right? Now, a picture you bought this beautiful LP, Mike Haggith, Frequent Flyer on vinyl. You undo the shrink wrap. You pull this beautiful 140 gram stereo cutout, put it down on your turntable. Oh yeah, sink that needle down. A little bit of that, and then boom, that song hits right away. You know you want it. Come on, do it. Yeah, JJ, good.
What an amazing! He had me right in there.
Yeah.
That was
I think Frank
well
just
done.
bought 6 of them. Yeah, JJ, this is a good question. So I record these songs entirely on GarageBand on my iPad. And so one of the things about that is you get a maximum of 32 tracks in a project file. So when I recorded that song and I had the lead vocal lying down, I think I had 25 of the 32 tracks done. And I was just screwing around in the studio, and I was like, I'm not going to leave this studio until I have all 32 of these tracks filled. So I duplicated all the vocal tracks, blanked them all out, and just did all those backing vocals myself in like 45 minutes. So like all the falsettos, like the ooh, and then the ooh, and then the ooh, or whatever. Yeah. And like a lot of that stuff was like entirely improvised on the first backing vocal take. And then everything else, I was just like, oh, I like that. Okay, now let me record like 4 harmonies to it and then just knock them all in there. So yeah, that was pretty well that.
That's amazing. All right, I'm going to continue with some shoutouts here. Coleslaw Shaw with a track called Yesterday. Kathy McChrystal is going to be on the show here on the 31st. Does that fall on a Monday? 30th or 31st of June. The day before Canada Day. All right, Jerry Gomes with another brilliant track called 2 a.m. on Friday. Mike Shaner, music, and Mark Tanner, an amazing track called Your Trouble and Pain. Moot Tunes, I hadn't seen in a while, had a pretty cool track, a Zen Vendetta. OJ McBaggins, this the Joint 2. Dwight the Hitman Bailey, PJ Colby, Feel Like Making Love, a Bad Company, full band cover. Badass Brutus guitar, and David Van Berkel, an awesome collab. Take a short break. Brad Example had a pop up, another gentleman from the Sioux, right?
On.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Actually, I think he's playing there right now. Yeah.
Brad Jacobs?
Yeah. What's that?
You said Brad Jacobs?
No, Brad Example.
Brad Example.
I misheard you. My apologies.
Yeah. I think I know Brad Jacobs.
Yeah, he's a curler, so I was confused.
All right, we have Sticks for Guns. When the Lights Went Out. Melanie Coley and Herv Southman. There's both their links on their channel. Chango Guitars, a brilliant guitarist. Forest of the Wolf. Bridget Benanti, who was in the chat earlier. Great to see you, Bridget. Just a fantastic artist. Another Canadian from BC with laughter. A nice tribute to a close friend of her. Please go check out Bridget. You all won't be disappointed. You got to check this out, Mike and Carson.
Awesome.
Lisa Noel. Lori's Mishmash. No reply. A Beatles full band cover. What an amazing track. You all did an amazing job there. Our good friend Paz and Guitars. Kids in America, Kim Wilde cover. And Prince Prodigal. Prince was in the chat from the start. And Man Out of Me. A great Father's Day tribute. An amazing track. Karen Baldwin, great to see you. Thank you all for coming out tonight and checking out these two amazing artists. And what do we got? I know. Anybody have any questions out there? Mike, let me ask you, when did you actually start getting into music?
That's a good question. So I've kind of always been the person who's just always written songs. Like I was like 5 and I was writing songs. There was actually one song I wrote when I was 6 that actually got recorded on an album when I was in my 20s. Because it was like, man, I was like 6 years old, but I wrote this I wrote this like banging riff in my head that I couldn't actually play on a guitar for like another 12 years after that. But I just had to like carry this song in my head. So I've kind of just been doing that my whole life. And then I started recording when I was 13, which is 20 years ago this year, actually. Back in February of 2005, I sat down with an acoustic guitar, a single microphone, and a tape deck, and hit record, and then realized I don't know how to play guitar or sing. But tape is precious and it's rolling, and I have 11 songs, so I'm just gonna try them. And that's really kind of how like the albums started. A lot of the early stuff in the Mike Haggett discography is just like every other weekend. I'd sit down with the guitar and a tape deck, and I'd just record another tape, listen to them back, and just be like, oh, I screwed that up. I don't know what I'm doing there. Oh, but I kind of got that. Okay, well, I'll try it again in a couple of weeks. About the 36th time I did it, the stuff was like starting to get a bit more listenable. I was dabbling in like multi-tracks and all that sort of stuff too. So all of that has culminated now into a solo discography of 52 mainline albums, 9 independent albums kind of off to the side. Frequent Flyer is the latest in that camp. And then dozens of albums with other bands and projects. So it's been a lot, and it's been a long sort of process to get here.
Wow, you're a busy man, that's for sure. And you're introducing us to some great talents, as I read out earlier with your record label. Where can you see this going as a label, and all these artists you're insulating yourself with?
Yeah.
Where do you see this? Do you see it? Do you have a game plan, or are you?
That's a good question, and that's kind of the fun part about it is I don't really know. The goal for now is to just platform as many amazing artists as I can, and try to do as much as I can. Now I'm bringing in some help with the label. Carson is one of the guys. He's kind of like come into the Morning Star fold, and he's been like, okay, I want to help you with this, that, and the other. I'm going to help you scout some new acts. We should talk about like some major overhauls, like just like where do we want to take this? And it's been really cool because I launched this record label really just to give people the same opportunity to sell their music as I had for myself, making use of an on-demand store model. But really the sky's the limit. And that's the best part, right? Like we all just kind of get to be on this ride and pull our weight and do what we can and see where it takes all of us.
Well, that's amazing. And you brought on Red Jettison.
Yeah.
I love that nickname.
Thanks, man. Yeah, when it comes to Morningstar, I mean, I came to Mike with a couple of like big ideas. I think the one that I'd be most excited about that we've played around with is the idea of putting together like a show with like a lot of the affiliated artists. So then that way people can really see what Morningstar brings to the table and how everything works with it. But we've got all kinds of different ideas. I want to create a bunch of social media campaigns and pages, because I think one thing a lot of artists really struggle with is like finding their own avenues and the ways of promotion, you know, because the best song ever, as we all know, is sitting on a freaking hard drive somewhere. And it's either because the guy doesn't want to put it out or it's because he doesn't know how to put it out, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the great thing about Morningstar. If you wanted a CD or an LP and you had no idea how to go about that process, we help take you straight through it.
Yeah.
That's a classic line. I'm going to get mileage out of that one. The best song is the one on your hard drive. Yeah, absolutely. Eh?
Yeah, no, it's true. Like probably everybody in the chat, everybody watching, and everybody who isn't watching, like your favorite song, there's a good chance you haven't heard it. There's unfortunately a good chance you'll never hear it, right?
Well, we talk about that, but like I think the worst case was like what Prince with the vault. He's got how many hard drives locked away in a safe in one of his old houses, and no one's allowed to touch them. It's like totally prohibited. Like, come on, man. I want 52 Prince albums when I'm done my 52 Mike Haggith albums. Come on.
There you go. That way I can get upstaged 52 times.
I don't know. No. I don't know, man.
No.
I'm not saying you're better than Prince, but that new track is something. I like it.
It's fun, man.
And I'm kind of surprised because I went up to him a couple of months ago, I think, and I said something along the lines of, when are we getting like the Life After album? I'm ready for something upbeat. I want to hear Mike's voice and get down and dance and then that's the one, man. I'm telling you. I'm gonna light a campfire at the beach. I'm gonna blast it all the time.
Hell yeah. Good stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely an amazing song. All right, let's get on to the second song we got here. And Hot and Cold. And to those of you who don't know, I'm sure many of you in here already know, this one features Hetriani on guitar. Why don't you tell us a little about it?
Yeah. So Hot and Cold is kind of a song that came out of nothing. So I was working on the album All the Best and All You Do, and I decided early on that I wanted at least the first half of the album to flow gaplessly, every track flow into the next one. So I had All You Do, and then I had Twist of Fate. And then I had this little acoustic track, If Only You Could Hear Me. Now, you guys all know, because you have the album, that these became tracks 1, 2, and 4. But initially, they were tracks 1, 2, and 3. And I needed to find a way to like bridge Twist of Fate into If Only You Could Hear Me. And the problem was, Twist of Fate was in the key of B minor, and I needed some way to crash out on a G and fade out a G in order to start If Only You Could Hear Me. So one night I was sitting there and I was like, what if I started on a B minor and I went da, 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 and then just fade out on that G. And so I recorded just that. And then as soon as that G crashed, I heard in the back of my head, da 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 da, and I was like, oh no, another song is happening, and then that song spilled out of me. It's become one of my favorites. So I recorded. Initially, it was a 4-minute version of that song, and then I was like, no, dude, there's like this whole instrumental section that I just love so much. I'm just going to loop the ever-loving crap out of it, throw in another chorus, and the song suddenly ran for 6:14. So I showed it to a bunch of friends, Dom Torregrossa, Chris Lane Sr., a bunch of the friends in Songwriters Anonymous. I think we even played that version on an early episode of U Rock. And the feedback that I kind of got from it was, Mike, you've got like a really, really cool instrumental section there with a lot of good rhythm, but it needs a solo. So I went out and I tested the waters with a few guitarists, like just, hey, lay down something that you think fits. And I couldn't quite get the perfect fit. And then I reached out to Hetriani, and all I said was, I want something 80, like 80s bluesy stadium rock, bit of reverb, listen to the track and just do what you feel. And he wrote me back like an hour later, and he was like, I tracked like some rough scratch thing. I'll send it to you. See what you think. And I listened to it and I went, oh my God, dude, no, that's the take. Like it's perfect. And so that be like that one little 1 hour session, the collab was launched and it was over so fast because he just took it and just knocked it right out of the park. And I was like, well, dude, like you did it. Like, congratulations. Can I use it? And he was like, yeah, dude, of course. And there you go.
He hetronized it. Did he?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
he did too. He honestly, he took that song and just like elevated it to a whole new level.
Yeah, this is a fantastic track, and it's called Hot and Cold. Let's give it a spin. And hopefully Lori's done her smoke. Wow. Wow. How amazing is that?
Oh man.
I've got you guys unmuted. Yeah.
I think that might have been the first like song I heard from your own discography that like I completely like just fell in love with. It's still in my playlist. I still listen to it like every day.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
Lori.
I
Hi,
appreciate that.
guys.
Hey, Lori.
I love that song. I think that's the first song I heard of yours too when I met you. Because of course
That
I
is
know
awesome.
Petriani, but yeah, I love all your music. You guys are doing great tonight.
Thanks.
I'm
I
gonna
won't-
just do a few shout outs and
Yeah, go ahead.
hold that thought, Lori, because thank you for coming on. It's always really cool to have you on this show.
Oh,
So up and coming, we have a special shout out to Ninth Gate, a new YouTube channel, new BANDCAMP channel, new merch shop. I'm really proud to be part of this band with some super cool, and talented musicians with Mr. Smith on drums, Gary Hubbs on bass, Hetriani on guitar, and me on the vocals. All right, Thursday, June 19th at 6 p.m., as I mentioned, and Friday, Jade Starr. Please go follow this link and get your seat early. The Music for Life charity album. It's going to be fantastic. So many community members have contributed music. I think there's over 40. It's just going to be fantastic. And Russ has some pretty cool news to announce, so it's going to be great. Monday, June 23rd, which is next week, we have adorable Anarchy on the show as the featured artist. Yes, and then June 30th, we have Catherine McChrystal all the way from Ireland. All
Not
right.
Canada?
Yeah, I like to mention, shout out the Doing for Others. There's so many people in our community, as did Lori for Mike's premiere. Just share it out. It's just amazing people, how we help each other grow as one. Dan Anderson, Leni Perez, read between the lines. She is resilient. Rebel Rocker, DJ Big Red, who never stops. Crimson Crux, Mike and Don Genesi music. I'm going to just finish off with these shoutouts so we can have Lori steal the show. Not that I have a say in this.
Stop.
Our resident pianist.
You catch on quickly, Mike Haggis.
You're a perfect fit for this show.
Yeah.
Is the resident pianist.
Rhett, get original, will ya? Sorry. Go on.
That's good. That's
Stop,
good.
we're gonna break Frank.
I
All
usually
right.
do.
Fridays is a crazy train. Starts off early in the morning with Javel de Pustis. Early, I mean Eastern time. I have a listen, I think it's 6:30, 7 o'clock she is on. Dan Anderson at 1 o'clock. Then you got Valerie Bott at 2 o'clock. You got Charlie Gabaldon at 3 o'clock or 4. I should get the times more accurate. You got Mr. Smith live drums or sound sessions Friday at 8. And then that's followed by Pole Vault and Sunshine Archer with the weekend warm-up Fridays at 10. Also, there's Freedom Redbird, who has a brilliant show Friday nights, also at 10. I like to bounce back and forth before I crash, just before Lori's show, which is...
You always crash before my show. It's
true,
early.
don't I? It's like, damn.
He's gonna nap.
Yeah, and then Lori, obviously, Friday night hang at midnight. You'll see all these beautiful people in her chat. She has people come up on the panel. Yeah, Mike, if you have some time, show up there. It's going to be pretty cool. And this is
Wait.
followed by Gary Hubbs, the Parking Lot Warrior, Friday at 11 p.m. Pacific time is 2 a.m. Eastern time. Gary has an incredible show. And right after Gary, we go into Leelaverse with the Midnight Chill. but it's 3 a.m. Eastern time here, 3:15 actually. So Friday nights is just a madhouse and bunch of great shows. All right, we want to shout out Neil's Han Dynasty, another great channel. I already said the Nut House, Saturday nights at 10 o'clock. JM Unleashed, Alley Patches, and Rich New Designs. Please follow both those links. I just bought their mug the other day. Great channel. Dom Torregrossa, from what I heard this morning when I watched his show on replay, he's about, I think he said Wednesday the cast comes off, so his pinky is doing better. Hopefully he'll be back up playing within a week or so. Camp Gmail every Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Axon Nachos Mondays and Wednesday nights at 11. The Falcro Richard has a great show. The Mix Club Rhett is up and going. He's doing great on his channel. And we get to hear a track from his on Thursdays along with a bunch of people. I know Lori's probably in on 10 of them because everybody wants to get famous and get Lori on their track. Michael Song Sunday set live. Scotty Butters every Tuesday. Live music. Scotty is just a fantastic performer. Are you sure he's not Canadian? Miss High and Pendar. Just some great talents we have in our community. I'm just so proud to be part of this. And yeah, I feel like I'm on the tour bus.
Right on, man. Well, it's always a party.
Yeah.
Well, the Mix Club is good. He goes live randomly, but he's a steamroller. He'll just go live right over you. If you're going live already, he doesn't care.
Rhett, don't you ever go steamroll over me, especially during the pianist section.
Exactly.
Just when I say it, Linda Jean pops in.
Of course. Penis!
I did write a song called Steam. You can blast that while you're doing it. Go for it.
I checked that out.
It's a good tune.
Yeah.
Now,
Hi,
Frank,
Jones.
I have to ask Frank, how big is the pianist section of the show?
It's very long, Mike. It's very long.
Actually, this one's pretty short. It's about 4.5.
Oh.
We're going to be here all night.
Minutes. We're gonna be here all night.
Well, before we get to the penis section, though, I want to proudly display my Mike Haggett frequent flyer silver card that I have.
Oh, you do get a card.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I bought an album a couple years ago just before you broke your leg, and I want to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've always wanted to be. Well, I met Mike.
Ask for a refund.
I met Mike when he was interviewed by Jade, and I think that's when I probably knew your music before then, but that's when I first saw you. But his emails are so thought-provoking. These emails that you can get for free. He takes so much time in them. He asks questions. He tells stories. He provides links, and I'm like, I want to support him even more. And I don't know if you remember, Mike. This is when Canada had that big postal shutdown, and so it took forever to get this to me. You're like, I promise it's coming, but we can't ship to the United States. I finally got my card, and I love your emails, and I think everything you do is awesome. So I just wanted to promote you a little bit more because I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate that a lot. I put a lot into it, and I've been like building the frequent flyer program like 1 week at a time because I just like set up the next email in the sequence, and now the sequence is just there. Anybody can go opt in, which I really hope all of you guys go do. And then you can just like start right from the beginning and take it right to the end. So I've got like 1 or 2 more to put in there, and then like that's it. You basically like the day ones will graduate the frequent flyer program. They'll have the chance to move on to the top secret platinum. So they'll be learning all about that soon. And it's cool because like for the better part of 2 years, it took like a lot of time and like mental energy. Like this forces you to think and forces you to get creative. Like
you definitely
I've got to get another email going. Like, what am I going to talk about? And also make it good.
But you're a pilot, but I would swear that you studied literature, or you're just such a great writer. You keep our interest, but it's spaced out right. You must have a program that has our name, so it's very personal. It says, "Hey, Laurie." What's great to me.
the whole platform that hosts all of that is called System, and it's got those little customization things in there, which is really nice because then you can actually like put somebody's name in there and like personalize it. So I try to be tasteful about it, not overdo it.
No, it's cool.
Yeah,
I like
it's super fun.
Now he always asks a question, and you do encourage people to write you back. I don't know how many you get, but I've written you back maybe a couple times because there's a couple of things that hit me, especially with you being a pilot. I think I was traveling, I was nervous, and I'm like, you inspired me, and because I haven't been on a plane in a while, and but you actually want people to write you back and give their thoughts on it, and it's awesome.
Yeah, totally. And then it kind of tells me like, well, what stories are like interesting, and what stories do I just think are interesting that don't hit.
Your stories are great.
Yeah. And then it's always cool, right? Because like the whole idea of the program is just like, I want to like take somebody who's like almost passively knows me, doesn't really know me, maybe knows more about me, and just goes, screw it, fine, I'll see what this is about. And I want by the end of it for that person to feel like, oh my God, we are best friends. Like I know all about that guy's family. I know his life story. I go to the show and I hear him do this song and I know exactly what this means to him and like why he wrote it. Like I want people to have like that like really, really like intimate understanding.
I love that.
I feel like that's where you make like the best connections, right?
I mean, you post pictures and stuff, and this isn't just music, everybody. This is personal stuff that he gives to us.
Look who's
all
in the
about
house.
his albums.
Hetriani!
Played your song before the penis
buddy.
section.
Yeah.
There's no way Hetriani's missing the pianist section.
Of course, yeah. Of course, he pops in right at this moment.
Pops in.
Yeah.
No, I love your music, Mike. I feel like you're an artist and a pilot. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I appreciate that. I feel like you are an artist and a freaking rock star, and then just an all-around awesome dude too. Like, but you got that like the business acumen and like that visionary kind of side too that I've really gravitated toward, and especially like with you giving us a hand with Morningstar too. Like it's awesome, dude.
I appreciate that. I mean, I'm just a man with ideas. I've had a really hard time in my life getting like passionate enough to like fully commit and follow through on things, because when I was like 4 years old, I was listening to Tom Petty's She's the One soundtrack. And that's the first album I can remember like putting in my head. Zero from Outer Space, when he's doing all those guitar things and it sounds like someone's getting beamed up into a spaceship. Like it blew my mind. So as soon as I started doing music again, which thanks to Rainey Rancourt for getting me back on the horse and getting things going. And we put together a great band. I got to shout everybody out. So Rainey Rancourt's our lead guitar player. Liam Dinsmore is our rhythm guitar player. Claire Jeffries, normally our bassist, but she's also our lead singer as well. Me and her bounce back and forth. And fun fact, she's actually my sister.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then we've got the one and only Anthony Moose Jaw Boudreaux. Drums. When we met him, he was actually coming out of some metal projects. And he had a little bit of a jazz background, and then he tells us that he goes to church and he plays in the church band every Sunday. And I'm like, okay, this couldn't get any better. I could ask this guy to do any kind of style, and he's just gonna throw it right out there.
Yeah.
And then with my sister, it was actually funny. We put an ad up on Facebook looking for a bassist, and I just asked her to fill in for a practice so we could have like a little more spine to the groove. And by the end of it, everybody's like coming over to me and whispering like, okay, you got to ask her, how are we going to get her in the band? She comes over. She's like, so is it always Sunday at this time? Or
Nice. That was easy.
It worked out great.
Yeah.
Well, I was your 23rd sub today. I don't know if anybody else has subbed since then, but
nice.
we're going to get you going on YouTube.
Everybody sub your head first. Yeah.
Well, we're going to pump out a lot more content. I mean,
Awesome.
we're trying to delve into that influencer TikTok trend realm too.
Yeah.
Yeah, go easy. It's a lot of work doing so many multiple different channels. Oh,
You should see the one we did, the How to Catch Your Drummer. It's on the Instagram and Facebook. We ended up bringing up Tony and throwing him in the back of a Toyota Tundra.
We'll have to check it out. Do we have your Instagram information too? Do we have those links?
DJ's gonna jump all
DJ
over
will
that.
find it.
Yeah, he's already over it, I'm quite sure.
Yeah. All right. So this is the time where we have our segment, Lori's favorite segment, along with many other people.
The Ivories, tickling the Ivories.
Yes,
tickling the Ivories.
The tickling of the penis awaits.
This is when JJ and I came up with this whole concept of the community pulse. We wanted to feature the pianists and composers in our community, which we felt don't get enough love. A pianist that doesn't get enough love.
You got to show love to the pianist.
No, for sure. And all joking aside, it was a couple of them reached out, and I actually reached out and said, I don't see your streams at a specific time. I'm not going to name the person, but
there are so many different meetings to everything Frank says.
Nobody coming. Every word I use is
just
wrong.
careful.
Nobody coming to my streams, and it's just not worth it. Oh, Jesus.
Go on.
And this is our way to show respect and gratitude to all the pianists in our communities. They're just brilliant talents, and let's try to act like close to our age.
Yeah.
I want the whole segment. All right, so here's the pianist.
And we're off the air in Korea.
Yeah. Let her rip.
Donna Mitchell, folks. Act your age. No, I don't want to.
No, beautiful though. In all seriousness, Frank, Donna's composition, was that an original of Donna's?
Yes.
She's awesome.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful.
She's
Please
so
go check out all the links that were posted if you're watching on replay. You won't be disappointed. It's just some brilliant compositions. And then to watch their channels grow, like I've seen a couple that's just start off with like 20, 30, and then it's like just
Yeah.
blossoms. Absolutely beautiful.
Love to see those penis grow.
You like seeing
Yeah.
this?
Your channels.
Just what was that motion again? The
I'm
Like
going to
Lin-
bow out. Continue your
like
conversation
Linda
and your
Team
interview.
says, it was gripping.
yeah.
All right.
Stripping. Oh my God. You guys are doing awesome. I love it. Enjoying this. So nice to meet you, Carson. And Mike,
to meet
we'll
you,
see you
Lord.
in the emails.
Yeah, yeah.
See you at the end of the show,
coming
Eddie.
on. Yeah.
right. Bye. Happy belated Father's Day to
Swelling
everybody.
with pride. Oh man. Thank you, Lori. Love you.
Love you.
All right. Yeah. So that's what recess looks like when you're in your 60s, I guess.
That's awesome. Yeah, just a little nice little interlude there, a little palate cleanser. It's
Yeah.
good.
I was actually wondering something, Mike.
Mhm.
You've got so many like full length albums out. I was wondering, when is the moment that you know what the track list is? Because a guy like you's got to have, like, if you got 52 albums, how many do you got in the book that didn't make it to the recording?
Yeah, I mean, there are always a few that kind of get scrapped or shelved or held back. Typically, I know the track list, or I get a pretty rough idea of the track list pretty early on because I try to think pretty album oriented, if that makes sense.
I notice all the
So-
transitions are like fluid. I'm really moving from one thing to the next.
Yeah. So typically, like, once I have a few songs and I've kind of got a concept in mind, I'll start deciding where they're going to slot into an album. And then that kind of tells me what I'm missing. And then I can kind of write to that. But every now and then you'll get something like, hey, it's going to be All You Do, Twist of Fate, If Only You Could Hear Me. And those are going to be the first three. And then an accident like Hot and Cold happens, and it's like, oh, that's going to go right there. Thank you very much. and that's just a nice little gift from the universe when that happens. But typically, if I don't at least know the track list early on, I at least know kind of where songs are going to slot. And then there was one album I did 11 years ago now, where before I wrote the album, I released the track list online. I just posted these 6 song titles. These are the 6 song titles for the album. And then I wrote the album, and I wrote those songs based on the titles.
Oh wow. That's a good little challenge.
Yeah, I just I was feeling some kind of way that day, and I was like, yeah, you know what? This sounds like a good 6-track set list. So here's the track list. And,
Right on.
And then I think I promised an album release date as well. And then I was like, oh man, why did I do that? And then it turned out pretty well. It was the album A Place of Our Own, and it did fairly decently.
Heck yeah, man.
Keep rocking, mates.
Thanks, Synth.
Synth works. Thank you.
Like I said, another great Canadian synth works. He's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's we have all the best on cue.
Yeah.
What do you got for that?
Yeah. So here I'll show you guys actually. So this is the album All the Best and All You Do. This is the LP. You can go buy this. Please buy this. So it's basically split up into 2 sides. So the first side, the first 5 songs on the album are really inspired by a toxic love affair that just went super, super off the rails. And those first 5 tracks really like trace the stages of grief that I went through as I was realizing that relationship was crumbling and that it was going to be over. And then the side 2 starts with kind of my journey of like coming out of that relationship and learning to like be on my own and rediscover who I am. And then it ends with my wife, Tiana, coming into the picture. And it really just traces that period of my life. So the song All the Best is the final song on the album. And it was partially inspired by our wedding vows. And the idea behind it was I just wanted a good solid pop rocker that would like tie the whole album together, tie the themes together, and just end the record on a really sweet note. And maybe if I got lucky, a bit of an earworm too. But I am like so beyond happy with the way it turned out, because it took me 10 months to mix that song. Because every time I tried, something was off and I wanted to put my head through a wall. But finally, on one layover, I just sat down. I said, I'm just going to crush this thing. And I got it. It was a very delicate mix, but it came together.
It's a great song indeed.
I appreciate it.
All the best. Wow, that's so amazing. Really love that one, Mike.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, everybody's digging this.
Hard not to. The guy freaking makes masterpieces.
No, the other day, I forgot what he said, but it's basically I just spit out another 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Frank and I were talking on the phone, 2 days ago? I was in Edinburgh. Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, yeah. Like, if I could crap out a song a day. I could crap out an album a week. I don't want to."
Yeah, just amazing, man. When you're on a flow, when you're on that roll, you can't stop. You know what I mean? You gotta go. Especially like you said, when you have a concept in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you're tracking it, you stick to it. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like I'll give myself almost a dangerous amount of leeway in the studio because I record everything and I produce it all myself, so I don't hold back at all. I was thinking about this the other day actually, because for a little while I was thinking to myself like I need to be a little bit more reserved and a little bit more deliberate when I record stuff in the studio. And then I was out for a walk and I was thinking more about that and I was like, no, that's the stupidest thing I've probably ever thought of. Because when you interact with art, the thing that sucks you in is how much of the art is, kind of poured into whatever it is, right? A painting, a book, a song, a show, a movie, whatever it is. And then I kind of realized like there has never been a moment in time where I've interacted with a piece of art and thought to myself, I really wish the creator put less of themselves into this. So why would you ever impose barriers on yourself, I guess, in the studio? I will I'll do vocal takes where I know for a fact I cannot hit the notes and I'll just try. And actually All the Best and All You Do, All the Best, the song we just played, is a good example of that. That high A at the end, giving all my best to you. So that's a high A. The top of my vocal range is a high G. But I was like, well, the song's in A, and it would be really cool if I could just hit that A once. And so I was like, well, I don't know. I'm just going to chug some water and gargle some salt and try it. And I managed to hit that note. The one and only time I've ever hit that note in that song. The tape was rolling, and so I got to keep it.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I can tell you love to challenge yourself. Aren't you getting that same impression, Carson?
Oh, he's definitely that kind of person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I think I secretly hate myself, and I want to suffer.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, we are our own biggest critic and even bigger tormentor. I think is what it is.
Here's a question I've been dying to ask all night, and you know what it is. You're on stage performing, and tell us what happened. I know we got the result. It was a broken leg, right?
It was a dislocated knee, which is actually worse. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Tell us what happened. Where were you?
Yeah. It was the release concert for the album All the Best and All You Do. Rotary Fest is the biggest festival in Sault Ste. Marie. They called us to open the entire festivities, and it was the centennial of the festival. So pretty big deal. So I was really racing against the clock to get the record finished so that we could launch everything that day, and it was all going to culminate in this 45-minute festival show featuring a bunch of tracks from the record, and it was going to be a big thing. So we get to the show, everything's great, we load in, we sound set up, get everything going. and we go live, and so we start the show, and I start playing. The first song was "All You Do," and I start playing it on the acoustic. And you always kind of have those jitters right when you first start. And then I started singing the first verse, and I was like, "Oh, like I kind of thought to myself as I'm playing, I'm like, oh shit, like my voice sounds good tonight. Like I'm feeling good. Oh yeah, the band is tight, man. Oh yeah, we're ready." And as we start going through the song, and it starts to build more and more and more, and finally we get to the end of the song, and we tied it directly into Hot and Cold. So as All You Do, it continues to build, it culminates in the big crash intro, and boom, we're into Hot and Cold. And when we crash into that intro, I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, we are going today. And everything was just feeling so good. I remembered thinking to myself, and I swear to God, I've never thought this to myself since on stage. But in that moment, I thought to myself, man, we are here. We are going to kill everything in sight, and nothing can take this away from us. Fate had other plans. Yeah, so we were in the second solo section of Hot and Cold, which in a way was fortunate because there were no more vocals from that point on in the rest of the song. And so I'm kind of making a little stroll around the stage. I got the guitar up in the air while Chris, our lead guitarist, is belting out this awesome solo. He's just shredding. He's doing his best Hetriani impression. Phenomenal guitar players. I love them all. And so there I am. I got one leg up on the drum riser. I got the guitar way up in the air. I got my back to the crowd, and the song is just about to end. So I go, oh, I should turn around, head back to the front of the stage. We got 9 more to go. And I think my brain, something said, oh, turn. So while all my weight was on one leg and my foot firmly planted, I think something in my body, like I just started to turn to the right, and everything above my right kneecap started to turn, and everything below my right kneecap stayed right where it was, and the kneecap blew directly out of the socket, and I ended up on my back. The song is still going at this point, and so I fall, like I tuck in to the fall, I come crashing down on the stage. And my first thought on the way down was, oh shit, you just broke your leg. Don't break the guitar too. This isn't your guitar. I was borrowing it from Chris. And it was a really nice guitar because I'd offered to buy it from him once, and he was like, no, man, that's my Sierra guitar. I can't ever part with that. So I'm like, well, good job, you idiot. You just broke your leg and now you're falling, but do not break this guitar. So then once I ended up on my back and the guitar was intact, all I knew was something had gone horribly wrong. I thought I'd just snapped my leg in half, but I was like, well, song's not over, and the guitar's intact and your arms still work. So get strumming. And so on the live stream that was posted for a little bit of it, you could see me fall, and I missed, I think, 2 beats in one measure, and then right back on. I finished the song laying on my back. The boys all thought it was a joke. So Glue, Brandon Glue, our drummer, he thought I was just being a Marty McFly and just kind of doing that crap. Chris, our lead guitarist, kind of strolled over to me as he's just shredding, and I yell up at him as I'm playing. I'm like, I broke my leg, and he laughed. He's like, oh yeah, whatever. And he just keeps shredding and walks away. I was like, Jesus, what the hell, man? Then Jake at the time, our bassist, he kind of wanders over, and I look up at him, and I'm like, I broke my freaking leg. But it was so loud on stage, what he heard was, I'm freaking okay. And so he was like, oh, cool. So he turned around and walked away. Jesus, what is happening here? So yeah, after that, we had to halt the show. Medics came on. 2 of them, they were kind of like holding my leg in place. And the band, like we started to tear down at that point. I'm just laying there. on the stage. They're like, "Oh, we called an ambulance. It's about 15 minutes away." I was like, "Oh my God, for a major event, that's a long time away. Like, you guys don't have anybody on standby?" They were like, "Well, we got the event medics." I was like, "Okay." One of the stagehands comes up. He's one of the curators and helps manage the stage. Rod Goodall, awesome dude. His son actually produced Head First's album. So Rod comes up to me. Yeah, Dustin. Yeah. So Rod comes up to me and he goes, "Mike, is there anything I can do for you?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, get me a freaking beer." And and he was going to, and the medics waved him off. They were like, no. Like, he might go in for surgery. Like, we don't know how bad this is. Like, you can't give this guy booze. And so I was pretty pissed about that, especially when I asked them for some drugs to like do something. And they were like, "We have no drugs." And I was like, "Well, what do we do?" And the one guy was like, "Well, don't focus on the pain." So what a
Wow.
he laughed as he said it. He's like, "I know how stupid this sounds." But so when he said that, I was like, "Okay, fine." I said, "Well, is the crowd still there?" Because I'm laying on my back, I'm staring up at the ceiling of the stage. I can't see anything. He's like, "Yeah, dude, they didn't leave." And I was like, "Okay, lay a guitar down on top of me, plug the boys back in, let's go again." And we played another song with me laying on my back. We put a little vocal mic, just hung it right down in front of me, and it was me laying on my back, and we played another song. Then the paramedics showed up, and they also didn't have any drugs for me. But they were like, "Mike, these are very narrow stairs to get onto the stage, so we can't take you down on the stretcher on the stairs." And I was like, "Well, what the hell does that mean?" They said, "We have to take you off the front of the stage, but you're too wobbly right now with your leg all out. You're too wide. We have to reset your leg right here, right now." And I was like, "Okay, well, give me some drugs." And they were like, "No." I was like, "Knock me out?" They said, "No." I was like, "All right, give me something to bite on." And they snapped my kneecap right back in place on that stage in front of a couple thousand people. And you could hear my yelp all the way back at the food tents.
Yeah, but we also heard that extra song where he strapped that guitar back on and kept going like a trooper.
Yeah. The song was "I've Seen It Before," and nobody had seen that before. So
That's amazing.
yeah. So they took me in the ambulance to the hospital. Turned out the X-ray tech at the hospital had been watching a live stream of the show and saw it happen in real time.
Oh, wow.
Phil Greco, a good buddy of mine, he drums on a bunch of different projects all through the Sioux. And so he had the X-ray lab all warmed up for me. They took me right off the ambulance. He was ready for me because he knew I was coming, and had me in right away. He's like, "Holy crap, Mike. I was choked I didn't get to go to the show, but you brought the show to me now." So yeah, they got the X-ray scans done real quick, but then as the two of you all know, in a scathing indictment of underfunded Canadian healthcare, they wheeled me into a room, and then I was waiting 2 hours, and still a doctor hadn't shown up. And the problem was I was still high as balls on adrenaline at this point. So I'm sitting in this room with my wife, and I'm laying in this bed, and sure, the knee still hurts a lot, but I was tired of waiting. And so I got up on my legs, and I walked right up to the nurse's podium, just really, really hobbling on that leg. And I just said, I'm signing out. I'm leaving. And they were like, no, you can't do that. I was like, clearly it's not broken because I just walked over to you. And doctor hasn't come in to say, "Hey, I looked at your scans. It's broken. Don't move." So whatever, I'm leaving. And so we left the hospital. My wife drove us to Wacky Wings. We met up with all the friends, and we had beer and wings. And then the next morning I woke up and my knee was the size of a grapefruit, and I went immediately back to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it was like, man, we had put so much effort into that. And like, that was supposed to be the payoff for all the stress and all the work going into that album release. And all of a sudden it was just ripped away. And I felt like I had let everybody down, the band, everybody who had like taken time off of work to like come down and see the show. That show, we were actually covering a song from one of Gordium's old bands, and he like took the day off work. He was coming down, he was looking forward to it, and I was like, dude, I cannot wait to play this song in front of him and like show him. And like it was all just done like that. So it was like super depressing. I fought through it. It sucked. The physio was grueling because we had to immobilize the leg, and then I had to basically relearn to walk. And it's been 2 years almost, and the knee still isn't quite the same. It never will be, but it's a whole lot better than it used to be.
You're still kicking ass, man. You're still kicking ass.
Yeah,
I'm trying. Yeah, with one good leg now instead of two, but
yeah,
you only need one good one, anyways. Just bounce on it.
Yeah,
we've seen you live on stage since, and you haven't skipped a beat. You're still rocking, and like JJ say, what a wicked rock and roll story. That's that's cool,
man.
Well,
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
now we're here.
Definitely. Yes. So I was wondering, how did you come up with this frequent flyer idea? Because I mean, this is like really interactive, right? I mean, it's beyond just a listening experience. It's a email and like questions, and like there's a lot of passion behind this.
Yeah, I've got a buddy named Nick Howell, who's a phenomenal multi-instrumentalist. He actually lives about a half hour up the highway from me now. But I discovered him way back when I lived in Manitoba. So it's just by happenstance now that we live so close. And he has always like had a really, really good like newsletter format for his emails, for his updates and stuff. And I was like, man, like, what is the secret behind like what you do? And he took me on a whole journey where it's like, all right, Mike, we're going to go through the archetypes. We're going to discover what your archetype is. And we're going to lean into that, and we're going to like figure out ways to make this stuff interactive. And he basically like gave me a crash course in sort of like reader psychology, I guess. And he's like, now take that and put it into your emails, and you'll probably get more people involved. So from there, I had initially set out to like just build a little 4 email funnel that like takes in new people, sends them 4 little emails, gets them to know me a little bit, and then sells them something. And then, of course, because I can't just be satisfied with any one thing, once I did those 4 emails, I was like, I don't want this to end. I could tell them more. I could do more stuff. I want to learn about these people. I want to bond with people. I want to share ideas and stories and all that. So one email at a time. And now I think the frequent flyer series is 103 emails long. I think it'll be 105 when it's done. So it's like the entire program is the better course of 2 years. And you just, the longer you're in it, the more you learn about me, the more I get to learn about you. I share stories, insights, all sorts of cool stuff. But it really just started with like a desire to like find a way to connect more with people that I otherwise wouldn't really be able to, because social media, like you can comment and stuff, but it's more one-sided than any of us would like it to be, right? So this is a way to kind of shake that up a little.
I mean, anything that makes a friendlier community is great. I grew up listening to the stories about when everybody knew everybody in the neighborhood. And yeah. I mean, we are doing that online right here. I'm so happy to be a part of this show and this community. Thanks for letting me join.
No problem. I'm looking forward to you sending me, like I said, it just makes it easier for me if you can send me some MP3s or waves. And Yeah, this community, I can tell you, it already. I'm so glad Mike introduced you to us. But I do want to mention, Kid Kane said something about Metalhead Hippie in here, and it just dawned on me. You could collab with Metalhead Hippie, and you'd have two good legs.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Maybe
Which-
that's the track name.
Two good legs. Yeah. Two guys, two legs.
Two guys, two legs. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Sounds like the name of a banned internet video somewhere.
I don't think Hippie's ever going to play another one of my songs.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
All right. So this next song, the last song, but show's not over yet. But we've got Morning Star.
Yeah.
Obviously, that has other meanings to you. Tell us about that, brother.
Yeah, Morningstar is it's a really special song to me. That's a song that just kind of fell out of me one day, and I had kind of found that I had been a little adrift in life. I was in a relationship at the time, but I was starting to realize that that was more of a comfort thing than a fulfillment thing, and I was kind of worried that, I might stagnate in my career if I didn't, keep pushing forward. And I was really just like, that song is almost just like a call to the universe to like, just give me a sign, give me something to set my sights on and move toward, because I feel like I'm going through the motions, I'm spinning my wheels in the mud. And that song really just kind of fell out of me as fast as I could put it down. But all I had at the time was an iPad. So Morningstar actually is the first song that I ever recorded on GarageBand iOS. It was my first little foray into using an iPad and nothing but for recording. And it was through that, and just, obviously, like, the song really came together, everything really worked. I caught fire that day, and I'm so thankful for it. And it was just such a positive experience, putting everything together. And I was like, oh my God, it's so easy to do this on the iPad. That basically set me on the course for the next few albums, right? And now that's all I do. I just record on the iPad and kick it out the door, and that's it. So Morningstar, in a lot of ways, like, really kind of answered that call, where, the content in there actually did kind of force some introspection on my part, did force some growth. And then just the process of actually putting the song together, obviously really, really helped me grow, and helped my recording process immensely.
Well, brother, you truly have a gift. I've never heard one bad song from any of your albums.
Challenge accepted.
That was good. I'm looking around. Who's he talking to? All right, let's have a listen to Morningstar. And once again, thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. We still have more to come. And remember, Vince Janella has already gone live, but after this show, we'll all be dumped over. Morningstar.
I should have met you in the summer. I could have been your souvenir. And I've always thought it quite the bummer when you two don't come in clear. I think I met you in the daytime while we were clinging to our youth. It's in the middle of the night, things are hardly black and white when the lies become the truth. I guess I really missed the way that you called my name. Oh no, never quite did it just the same. You'll never be alone, I'll always be your friend. I need you, talking on and on. We would slip into the park just a little after dark when the magic was gone. I guess I really miss the wind blowing through your hair. Oh, why'd you disappear when the life was there? You'll never be alone, I'll always be your friend. Oh baby, I need you, I need you. And I sit alone watching the phone. I feel the light started shining through, and I don't know why I sit and cry, faced with the prospect of losing you. You know it's time to go, but you need to know that I've been happier to see it through. And it's such a shame we play this game. Oh, is this something that I've got to do? Or is this something I forgot to do? I guess I really miss the way that you call my name. Oh, no one ever quite did it just the same. You'll never be alone, I'll always be your friend. I guess I really miss the wind blowing through your hair. Oh, why'd you disappear when the love was there? You'll never be alone, I'll always be your friend. And as I look up to the moon and the sun and the stars, I give up everything, know just where you are. You'll never be alone, I'll be there to the end. Oh baby, I need you, I need you, I need you, I need you.
Wow. Wow.
There it is.
That's beautiful. I love that guitar tone. How did you capture that? I'm just
The acoustic guitar, eh?
yeah.
This might surprise you. Here, I can actually here. This is the iPad that I record everything on, and you probably can't see because my webcam is super, super crap quality. But that little microphone right there,
Mm-hmm.
I aimed that at I think the 15th fret of the acoustic guitar, about 6 inches away, and I just went for it.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah. All my vocals as well. I just put a pop filter in front of that thing, and I sing about maybe 6 inches to a foot away from that. The condenser mics in the iPad are absolutely unreal. From there, typically the acoustic guitars in a lot of my songs, I'll trim out a lot of the bass tones, and I will increase a lot of the treble to give it a bit more of like a strike tone across the strings and make it kind of really shiny. I find that works well. And then sometimes you can double up the acoustic guitar track as well and bring that up a little bit bassier. And then you could start playing around with like stereoing things. If you like make 4 copies of the track and like different EQs in different locations, so much you can do.
That sounds great.
You're bringing out some old SWA.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's absolute. Love that tone. Very
I
good.
appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, and I mean that was like kind of my first attempt at recording anything with that. I didn't know how it was going to work or like if it was going to work at all, but I had that song and I wanted to try something different and see where it took me, and it ended up really laying the foundation for everything that's come since.
That's fantastic. So, any shows coming up?
Yeah, we've got a couple. up in Sault Ste. Marie right now because that's where the following is, and that's where my live band is. We were hoping to get back to Rotary Fest this year, but they like to change things up every couple of years. So we won't be back this year, but we're hoping maybe next they'll have us back again so we could get back to that. But Northern Vibe Festival, which you guys have all seen the videos of those from the last 2 years, we are locked back in for that, which is super, super cool. We've got a couple others in the works that I'll be announcing soon. We're just waiting on like details and stuff to get finalized. And one really cool thing. So back on May 3rd, we played a concert. We opened for legendary Headfirst themselves as they released their album. So we played a 45, 46 minute show, and we managed to get a pretty solid board recording of that. So I'm in the process right now of mixing all that audio, and my videographer recently got like the multicam edit done. So we're really just waiting on me to get the audio done. But from that, we will premiere that show with like crisp sound, crisp video, all that. We'll premiere that here on YouTube, break it down to a bunch of videos we could throw everywhere. And we're going to turn it into a live album and release that as well. So finally, after many, many years of trying to get a live album, I think we finally got it.
I take full credit and responsibility for it. And
Yeah. All your fault. You made it happen. Yeah. So, in lieu of that big show, instead we'll just put out the big live album, and then you can take the show with you wherever the hell you want. And the best part is, because it was like a 45-minute show, it's going to fit perfectly onto an LP. So there will be CDs, there will be records, all that stuff.
They're in for a treat if it sounds half as good as it did live. I'm telling you, they were tight.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
What do you have coming up?
So our next big one is we're going down to Goulet River, a smaller community around where we're situated in Sault Ste. Marie, and we're opening.
Where my wife is from, by the way.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
And we're opening their community day for another artist, Brandon Hodgkinson, who's been doing one-man guitar acts for a little while. He's got some tracks out that are phenomenal. And besides that, we got Rotary, hopefully. Loud and Proud, the Pride Festival under the big white Roberta Bondar tent in downtown Sault Ste. Marie. Yeah. Northern Vibe, which is the one I'm most stoked about. I've wanted to go to a music festival all my life, and I've never gone to one because I do a lot. And now I get to be a part of this cool hippie fest in the middle of the bush, right in my own freaking backyard. And he's going to be there. So we're going to be roasting dogs on a campfire and drinking beers all weekend.
That's
there awesome. You go.
Yeah. And I was talking to Mike on Thursday, I guess, and got to come up to meet you for a coffee.
That'd be great.
Yeah. You're only about an hour away. Maybe we can meet with Hetriani as well.
Yeah. So do it up.
Yeah.
Take a road trip up to Sault Ste. Marie if you're up for the drive too at some point. You can go meet so many
drive?
6 hours from the GTA.
Yeah.
Five and a half the way I drive, but
faster by plane even still.
Oh yeah. I know a pilot.
Yeah. Yeah, one.
We'll just drive up to where you're at, and we'll fly from there.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, if I could fly a 737 off the Barrie waterfront, then we'd be golden.
There you go.
Hey, never set limitations on yourself, man.
Yeah, come on. You're the one that loves to challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Here's your next challenge.
Yeah.
All right. It's come time. This was a fantastic show. I just want to add, I really appreciate you, Mike, you wasted no time on jumping on as soon as JJ and I reached out to you. I really appreciate it. You're doing some fantastic work. I know you're loved. You've been in the community before I got in, and you're well respected and loved and appreciated amongst all your peers and so many listeners out here. And judging from what I got to know you even more through Carson and the respect you're getting on from musicians and peoples that aren't in our community. You're just an incredible individual, talented, and we are blessed to have you as part of these communities. Yeah, so thank you very much for coming on, Carson. It was fantastic meeting you. You know, I keep wanting to plan these road trips. I wish I could meet everybody all at once, but you know, unfortunately, music doesn't pay the bills, so you need a full-time job, and meeting up doesn't always work out the way you want to. But you know, I wanted to go see Brad Example in Sault Ste. Marie not long ago. I didn't quite make it, but one day I hope to come up and meet you up there and maybe catch something. My wife definitely loves going up north and loves music, so
Well,
maybe we can make it happen. And maybe
between me
can
and
send
Mike,
me some dates. Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Between me and Mike, you'll be getting some messages for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, this is wonderful. Any final thoughts and words? We'll start with you, Carson.
Yeah, I really appreciate you letting me get on the show. I'd love to be back on again and have some more conversations with you. Check out headfirst.ca, stream Mike Haggett's stuff, join the frequent flyer program, and stay safe.
And there's another good Canadian. Look at them. They're just popping out saying
Oh,
excuse
yeah.
me and thank you and sorry all the way through the line. Yeah.
There you go.
Mike, it's all
Yeah.
yours, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for reaching out and for having me. This has been really, really cool. I feel like I've just been so bogged down with 400 million things this year that like I have tried to be really active in the community, but it hasn't always worked out. So I always appreciate the fact that like even if I kind of go away for a little bit, that there's space for me. And that I can come back and not only like just come back, you know, but like contribute and be a part of it. So I really, really appreciate that, Frank and JJ, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, just really giving me a chance to share my story and the things, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, we kind of hit a bit of it all tonight, which is super, super cool. And yeah, I really hope that maybe a couple of you decide to go be frequent flyers or even just buy the album so you have it. So yeah, I try to put a lot of work and a lot of effort, but really just like a lot of myself in everything I do. And that is something that I take away from everybody around me. Something that, you know, I look at like, God, hundreds of incredible musicians in our YouTube community here. I go up to the Sioux and I just happen to see Head First, like doing exactly what they should be doing. And, you know, all of these things motivate me so much. Right. And then, you know, like coming on this show, like just everything about it, man, it's so humbling. I appreciate it so much. I really do. Thank you again.
All right.
Yeah.
Special thanks to everybody out there who showed up throughout the show and stuck. Actually, there's so many of you that stuck right through from start to finish. I appreciate all the support. Thank you for the donos. Once again, thank you to all my mods. DJ Big Red, you know, this show wouldn't have happened, can't happen without all the work that you do behind the scenes. Folk Punk, This is the best thing idea that you've ever had, except for the next one coming up, which is a little collab that we have. And but I appreciate you all, and I love you all. Stay tuned. I will be posting a little montage for Head First, and he's new to the YouTube community, let's say, to this side of the music media part we're promoting on through YouTube. Let's go offer up some support, and much love and respect to both of you, to everybody out there. We're going to finish with the song that was gifted to us and lent to us by Liza Day, and it's called Family, and it's appropriate and it's perfect for this show, and we really appreciate you, Liz, for all that you do, and thank you for lending us this song and allowing us to play it. Have a good night, all. You can stick around a little bit if you want, gents, after backstage. So let's
Awesome.
close out with Liza Day, Family Gold.
Hey, Gary.
Brother, father, mother, we are one and the same. Friends, chosen, hearts shared, a force of nature. We are family, forever like a diamond, special treasure. We shine. And we're not part of one another. Our love is gold. Family. Family. Get in the way sometimes, but no matter whatever, ever hot the cards, we'll weather it together wherever we are in the world. Our home is where the heart is. No matter how far apart we may find ourselves to be, it don't matter, baby. We are the same, forever we will be. Brother, sister, father, mother, we are one together. Wherever we are in the world, our home is where the heart is. However hard the cards may fall, we will be a family.